Okay, in today's video, I'm going to go over the rules for my football model, and I'm going to use an example of a trade that I took. So if we look here and zoom out some, I see this down here I've marked out as sell side liquidity. Right there. This nice double bottom. I'm on the 1 minute time frame. I usually find this model on the 1 minute or 15-second time frame. In this example, it's going to be the 1 minute. And it usually happens either right before or after a breaker block. And that is what I would be thinking this would be. So whenever we are dropping, we lose the yellow line here, which is my 200 SMMA. We lose that, come down, and start chopping around. And as we're doing this, I'm seeing that it is making a football shape consolidation. So whenever I see it making this, I get out my ellipse tool and draw it up. And that's probably around somewhere in here is when I see it. And since this is a bearish version, you cannot short unless you are above 50% of what this pattern is. So if you take the pattern and you put a fib on it, the whole thing here, it has to be above the midline. There, that's better. It just shows just the 0.5 right here. But we peaked just above this, and whenever we did, it's showing two arrows here because I thought my thing was set on 3 and it was only set on 2. So I went 2, and when I noticed it, I added one more on it. And after I did that, I take the measured move of what it should be. And all that is I'm just pulling the last leg and I'm bringing it down. And that tells me where it should go. On this case, I probably should have been trailing my stop after we took these lows right here with violence and got knocked out. Because a lot of times this model will give you a second opportunity to get in on the move. They will start making the move, not quite get to liquidity, come back up, and they usually take the highs of the pattern. On this one here, they just took the lower part of it, but a lot of times they will come up and sweep this. This will be a little double top right here. They'll come up and sweep that, and when you see a rejection on the 15-second or whatever, or sees a wick forming on the 1 minute, you can get in short for a second entry. On this one, I didn't trail my stop, so when it came up to do this, I just added one more contract. My stop loss was up here above the midway of this fair value gap is where I put that. And I was aiming for this double bottom down here. But whenever we came all the way back up to that, I wasn't sure if we was going to get to the double bottom, so I moved my take profit right here below this swing low. But as far as the rules go, on a bearish example, you cannot be shorting unless you are above 0.5 of what the pattern is. And all of this is just reversed for a bullish example. So whenever you are seeing the football form, you can pull from the high to the low and look for it to come back up above the 0.5 so that you can go short, and you're aiming for a nice pool of liquidity, which this was a beautiful pool down here, a nice double bottom. It continued to go further, but we don't need the whole move. Let's see here, 33. Looks like this one was almost a 2-to-1, but it played out beautiful. And like I said before, if you was trailing your stop, you would have gotten knocked out and could have got a second chance at the short to go down to sell side liquidity. But I just wanted to make a little video that kind of explains my rules and thought process behind the football model. Most of the times when I see them form, it is either right before or after a breaker. But I hope this cleared up some things and will give you a better understanding at the football model and what I look for.